Hey, what's up guys? This is Anthony from Anthony's Customs, and for this review, we are looking at the McFarlane Toys DC Multiverse Gold Label Collection Batman Year 2 Black and White Accent Edition, Authenticated Limited Edition 5550 pieces. Whew, and I believe they sold the regular version of this too? I don't know, I'm realizing now that I don't know what the regular version looks like. Is it just the skin tone and the yellow that's different? I don't know. I never got one. They sold out right away, which is, let's do a question of the day. Do you guys think they're selling out because this line is super popular, or because they're producing in really low numbers? We're going to talk about that a little bit later. I'm very curious, because apparently everyone hates this line, yet their things sell out regularly. And it's not like they sell out and go back in stock like a lot of Hasbro stuff. So, I don't know. We'll talk about it. But let's go ahead and get this guy off the stand and take a closer look. Alright, before we look at the figure, I do want to show you my package. It's a big one, it's black, and it is quite sizable. There's a few nice little flourishes of color, but it's mostly just solid black. The chrome is nice, the gold is nice, the blue chrome is nice, it is cool, if your lighting is right. If your lighting's wrong, you can't see the lettering at all. So, like, black and chrome is awesome with the right lighting, for sure. Always been a fan of that, but with the wrong lighting, it's kind of worthless. And then we have a little bit of artwork there, which is better looking than the figure significantly. But it is what it is. It's a sleeve, but inside the sleeve is not something like that's super displayable. Like, yeah, it's black. It's black on the inside, but it's not nice. It's pretty crap quality. There's tape everywhere. It just doesn't look that good. So, packaging is probably better than it needs to be for a product at this price point with this brand, but it is what it is. Okay, let's throw that out of the way because it's just too dang big, and let's talk about the figure. It's always fun for me when I do black and white figures just because it looks like I don't have the saturation on, but I do. I don't know why. It's a weird thing because you don't normally see black and white figures. Anyway, I don't know. I'm weird. Okay, let's just do his height since I have it here. He's about 7 5/8 roughly to the top of the head, not counting the ears. That's going to make him just about, we'll say 19.2 centimeters. Here he is up against the Marvel Legends Darwin, which is pointless because they're in a different scale, but we have to measure against Darwin. You know, people like to complain about that sometimes. I've seen channels, not toy channels because I don't watch those, but like tech channels, they compare things against bananas and all kinds of stuff. So why am I not allowed to use Darwin as a comparison? I am, damn it. Anyway, this Batman, there's some stuff that's surprisingly good about it despite its general horrible nature. So it's one of those things where it's like, if you're into the McFarlane line for collecting the who's who of Batman figures, this might be something you want to get. Maybe you got the plain one and you thought I didn't need the black and white one. Maybe you don't. Maybe you do. I don't know. There's some stuff to like, but there's also some stuff that'll really, really bother you. It's my guess. Really bothers me, but there is some stuff that I really like, so we'll talk about that. But the thing I want to talk about first, the production run is 5550. We already know that, 5,550. Odd number, but that's what they chose. That's a limited edition, accent edition. They're definitely making fewer of these than normal releases. So that makes me think maybe the standard release of this guy, or standard McFarlane releases, maybe the smaller packs are a little bit higher production run, probably around 10K. That's my guess. I wouldn't be surprised if a lot of Marvel Legends are 15 to 20K for a normal figure, but 10K is still a fairly small run, and so maybe that's why they're selling out. Or maybe people love this Batman line from Todd. I don't know. What do you guys think? That'll be the addendum to the question of the day. But let's go ahead and get into this. I'll start off by saying we're going to talk about this thing after. I want to talk about the figure first, because this is the plastic cape that he comes with and the display stand that, being black and white, actually works for this because it doesn't need paint. Not much, and it looks nice for what it is, but we'll talk about that after, because that's really, really bad. But the figure itself, there's some cool things about this. Aesthetically speaking, it has one of the better silhouettes for Batman. This is probably their best Batman head, traditional-looking Batman head. There's some things that would change. His jawline is almost non-existent. He's got a chin but no jaw, and his cheekbones are a little sunken in. There's no real space for his ears on there, so there are a few problems. But it is a really nice look for this version of Batman with the taller ears. It's pretty darn cool. It's basically the same body. The chest is a little bit different because we have the peg holes for this thing, but it's basically the same Batman we've seen tons of times before. But in this version, it looks decent enough. We still have the diaper part that's pinched in. It doesn't quite fit the legs. Like, there's problems on this thing that have been around forever. He only has the clenchy hands, so that's a thing too, but It does kind of look cool. Like, tell me if you're collecting Batman figures, that one doesn't look cool. At least the silhouette. Like, that's not a bad looking figure. Is it overpriced? Sure. Is it low quality? Pretty much. But it's not terrible, and there's definitely some value to be had if you are into collecting a variety of Batman figures that most companies will never ever make anything like. So what the heck sort of situation? This guy fits that bill. Now, as far as the paint job on him, there's almost literally none. We do get, of course, the Bat logo, which is glued on. I don't know if it's keyed or not. I don't know, but it's glued on. But it is painted nicely. It is just black and white, or I should say grayscale. The belt, there is paint on that. It's clean enough. It's not perfect, but it's clean enough. Then obviously the face. There is some like lip coloring on him, and that's about it. I mean, obviously you get the main colors, but there's not a whole lot going on for paint. For his gloves, this is one of the things that bothers me, and they've done this before. It's just the forearm being black. There's no actual glove, and they put a little bit of paint on the elbow to finish that off, which, yeah, sure, okay, that's passable, but they actually did not sculpt a glove on there, which I just don't get, other than it's easier to just mold it in black. And they didn't even continue to paint around on the elbow because that would look terrible. There's no good way to do that. They should actually just put the glove on there and put a little bit of paint to finish it off, like a normal company would. So we have those problems, but like I said, despite having the same abdomen that's not good, the same hip problems, all the same problems, the legs are still too big for the upper body, it does look kind of cool, except they shot themselves in the foot, because I don't know what they're doing with this cape. This cape is obscene. It is gigantic. There's no wire. It's just soft. It's spandex, which is nice. It's a good stretchy material. It drapes nicely. Good scale. But the way the cape connects, it overlaps. I've never seen a Batman cowl do that. Maybe there's one. Maybe this is accurate. I don't know. But this overlaps to be like a shawl. And so bringing this around with this incredible amount of material, which we'll look at in a second, it gets real clustered up here. And even on this side where there's less cape, it still gets to be a bit much. Like, the silhouette isn't terrible, but if you actually look at the details, it looks like he's got a comforter draped over his shoulder. It's too much. So that's an issue. But one cool feature is if you want to pop the cape off, which we want to so we can talk about it, you could make him go capeless. And even though he's got some pegs in his back for the cape, for the cowl, it kind of works. And I say kind of because we'll talk about it when we get to the articulation. But that's kind of cool. Like, if you want that, you don't often get things like this. And it isn't terrible looking. It's really not that bad. It's more of the same, but it's not that bad. Is this going to win anybody over to the Todd McFarlane line of DC figures? No, probably not. But if people who are already in that line get this, are they going to be pretty okay with it? I think so. That's my hunch. That's kind of nice looking. I mean, that's a cool feature, but let's talk about this cape. Because it's not really an accessory, it's kind of a core feature. We have the plastic cowl, which doesn't look great up against the cloth, but I guess that's fine. Like I said, it goes all the way around to the side, so it's weird, but it is just way too much material. It is huge. There's so much cape here. And, okay, it can be made to look cool, I guess, but the problem, like I said, is even when you get it in the right spot, there's just too much material. There's no real good way to drape this on him where it actually looks good, because there's just too much. And if you just drape it completely and like don't try to place it, just let it hang naturally, it's way too much cape, and the way it sits is not actually appealing unless you just want. But like, even that, like, at first I'm like, okay, that actually looks kind of cool, but it doesn't, because it's too much. If you only look at the silhouette, it's okay, but it still looks like he's wearing an oversized, he's wearing his dad's cape. It's just too much, so that's unfortunate. Some people may find use out of it, some people may cut it down. You can cut spandex. I mean, this isn't like treated or anything, it's just cut. I guess it could be hot cut, but it's probably not, it doesn't look like it. So you could cut it down or replace the cape. It's just too much, it doesn't work. It works on paper for comics, does not work in real life with cloth. Okay, so aesthetically speaking, you know, I'm not going to do a standard ratings for this thing. It's such a unique figure. I'll just go over it. That's what it looks like. Some good, some bad. Some good sculpt, some bad sculpt. Something to benefit from this unique look. Some things not so much. But now we have this, which is really a strange thing. All right, this is going to be a little tricky. because they've done tricky things. They've done tricky things at this company. This cape is so over the top complex for what it needs to be. Alright, okay, here we go. Alright, so the cape is just like 10 different pieces of plastic all pegged together. And you can see different places where they're connected. It's not really 10, but it's a lot. It's heavy. I'll explain the stand thing in a minute, but the quality is trash. The paint quality is really, really bad. You can see black all over the blue. The edges are not clean. Up here, there's a big blue spot. I don't know how well it's going to show on camera. There's not enough black, so there's a lot of blue showing through. But then you also have things like this. Like, what is that? What is that? Is it chewed up? Did somebody glue their dog to this? I don't know. And look at these scratch marks. This is how it came. I didn't do this, and it's not touching anything in the box. There's little scratch marks all over it. Fingerprints. It's hard to focus. You see those 3 fingerprints on there? That's the way it came. I mean, I'm not fingerprinting it. It's not me. It's all scratched to hell. It looks really cheap and crappy. Maybe if you just sprayed it all black, but then you're going to have a hard... Like, you'd have to mask off the blue. So you could repaint it if you wanted to. The sculpt is cool enough, except for the fact that it still looks pretty cheap. Like, you can see into where that pegs in. That upright piece pegs in right there. It's just... It's like, what is this company doing? Every idea they have, they execute so poorly, or at least most of them. So anyway, you pop off his head, you jam him in there, and I haven't actually put him back in it yet, so this might be a trick. I pulled him out. He came out fairly easily. Let's see. Maybe like that. Oh, that's right. I forgot. His arms come off intentionally. I forgot about that. No wonder it didn't go in easily. That's what she said. Okay. Arms are off. That makes a big difference. There we go. I'm a professional. Okay. So, jam him in there. He doesn't really, like, stay in place in any way. He's just wedged in, and then you pop his head on. Alright. And that's it. That is it. Like, he's just hidden in there. Like, technically he has legs, but you're not really going to see him. I mean, not too much, and you're probably going to have to stand him back like that a little bit. You can pose his head a little bit, and you can see his bat logo a little bit, but that's it. And it's like, it's not the worst looking thing if it was done well, like the scratches and everything aside. The base looks okay. You know, the sculpt is nice and clean, and being the grayscale version, it's kind of cool looking. You know, with the big black cross and whatnot, it looks alright. You get 3 peg holes for his feet, or 4 peg holes for his feet. You're not going to use those. I mean, you might use 1, maybe 2, because he has 2 feet. You don't need, like, options. But then you have this big hole here, which is for this blue piece, which just goes in to support the cape, I guess. I guess they put this in to support the cape, but it doesn't, it's not super sturdy. I guess they don't want the PVC cape to sag. That's my hunch. So what you have to do is you have to try to reach in and peg it into that spot right in there. So we're going to try that on camera. I got it earlier. It wasn't too difficult, but it is a pain in the butt. And I'm like, they could have just, it's hollow. They could have supported it in some other way that doesn't require using Legos. Alright, so, and I still don't think it's going to support that much. So there, you have your blue thing in there. And then that pegs in. I just think it's overly complex and not very good looking. Alright, so the cape is pegged in. Now we just figure out where we want to peg his feet. I don't know. See, there's not like a lot of options here. He can't move a whole lot once that cape is pegged in. So, can we get his foot all the way to over there? Maybe. Let's see. Alright, so you just probably want to use that one and maybe this one, is my guess. Well, that means you're going to have a peg here. Well, I don't want a peg showing. You're going to end up with a peg showing on that side, it looks like. I don't know. Getting his foot in there is not going well either. I'll just leave it. You can mess around with his feet if you want. I'm not going to bother for the sake of this. It's just like, is that good enough to own? I mean, it's kind of cool looking for sure because it's Batman with a big flowy cape. The cape is like Spawn sized though. It's gigantic, ridiculous. He'd never be able to do anything with a cape like that. So on that front, I'm not okay with it. It's goofy. It looks cool. That's your trading card. It looks cool, but I don't know. So for me, you end up with this, which isn't good enough, and it removes all action figure nature of the figure for sure. It's like just buy a statue at that point. So you get that cape, and then you also get this cape, which also has its own problems. So this set, that's kind of a cool idea, and kind of a cool figure, and definitely offers some benefits, some merit, some reason to purchase it. It's just not really good enough. It's just not there. It's kind of cool, but also really not. So I would not recommend you buy this personally. Like, there is something to be enjoyed. I want to be clear, there's something to be enjoyed. It would have to be a lot cheaper than it is, I think, for that to be a justifiable thing. Now, if you're neck deep in McFarlane Batman figures already, then, you know, what the heck, I guess. This one is probably, if you had the colored version, it's probably even better. But it's not a bad traditional looking Batman, that's for sure. Other than the oversized cape. So I could definitely see some people grabbing it. Just for that. They don't do a lot of traditional Batmans. Surprisingly, they've done a lot of very specific and not very good Batmans, and this one's not really either of those. It's kind of alright. So I don't know. You guys let me know what you think, but I'm gonna just be done talking about it there. You got to see it. Rating it is a very weird thing because it's a half action figure, half statue. I don't know, but let me know what you guys think in the comment section below, and I'll stop there. So thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please do give it a thumbs up. If you didn't, give it a thumbs down, and if you haven't subscribed, you should. I have new videos just about every single day, and thousands already on the channel, so make sure you come back for all of that. And in the meantime, keep collecting.